up, you guys? Welcome back for part 2 of my Fenty Beauty review. The other day, the video that I posted, if you have not seen it yet, was a first impressions on how the foundation applied, yada yada, etc, etc, and a first look at the Trophy Wife highlighter, which is the Killawatt highlighter, which is the powder version. To make a long story short, the reason that I split it into 2 is because part of my order didn't show up till later. It was like a big pain in the ass, but I did eventually get my order, so it worked out well. So now I've had a couple of days to wear the foundation and actually try it with a couple of different combinations of primers, see how long it wears throughout the day. Does it break up? Does it get oily? Does it look cakey? Yada yada, etc, etc. If you're here just for information about how the foundation wears and how it wears with different primers, etc, etc, I will put a timestamp in the description below so you can jump to that part, because first, right now, I'm going to do a little mini first impression of the matchstick highlight in the color Confetti and the gloss one. Packaging is super cute, at least on the box. I haven't even opened it yet. The tube is also super cute. I like that it's really simple and sleek. I don't really like over the top crazy designs on my makeup. I generally find when makeup packaging has like a really intense design, like that's really elaborate and ornate, it just winds up looking like more jacked up eventually. So I'd rather keep it simple and make it easy to clean and like keep it nice. So I am going to go in directly from the stick right to my cheeks, and then I'm probably going to try to blend it in with my fingers and see how that goes. I'm also going to apply it to the inner corners of my eyes to like complete this eye look. Probably going to do that with a brush though, because this is pretty big to be sticking in the inner corner of my eye. So let's do the cheek first. Oh, first impression, that is a lot drier than I expected it to be, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because that might mean that it will wear better, but I was expecting like a really creamy thing to happen and it didn't. It reminds me a lot of the Cover FX drops in the color Halo, which are a favorite of mine, so it's gonna have a hard time competing with those if you ask me, but it's definitely very pretty and something that like I enjoy wearing. Like it's like one of those out there sort of colors that I really like. I can't really tell how much this is translating on camera, but it's very, very duochromatic in person. Definitely has like a very, very obvious color shift to it, and it's very obviously like purpley pink shade. It's definitely not like, it ain't natural. It ain't natural. But that doesn't mean I don't like it. I do absolutely like it. I'm gonna put a little bit on, gonna pop a little bit on the cupid's bow. So far, I'm noticing that I'm liking to apply this a lot better when I use it from my finger onto the skin. When I put it from the stick directly onto my skin, I found it a little bit hard to blend, but applying with your finger definitely gives a little bit more of a subtle look, so keep that in mind. I'm actually going to apply some with the stick and then blend it in, and then add like the rest to blend it with my finger, just so it matches the other side, because it doesn't seem like you can really get the same amount of intensity if you're applying it with just your finger, which is worth noting. I'm going to apply it to the inner corner of my eye using this little flat shader brush. This is like the shader side of an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, one of the ones that comes with their palettes. I actually like the brushes that come with their palettes. I know a lot of people bitch about those kind of things, but I enjoy them. I think I actually like this on the eye better than the cheek so far, because that looks super cool. Stand by, let me zoom you guys in so you can see this. Okay, now you guys definitely have a better view of what's going on. So that is what it looks like on the cheek, applied from the stick in the center and then blended out with the fingers, tap, tap, tap-a-roo. And that's the inner corner of the eye. So far, that's like really, really impressing me. I like the way that looks a lot. I'm actually gonna bring it like further in and onto the lid just a touch, because I like it that much. Okay, I really like the way that looks. Honestly, this is not what I was expecting it to be at all, because everyone was saying that this is glittery, And to me, the powder highlights are way, like off the scale glittery compared to what this looks like. This is not actually that glittery at all. I would say that it's more of a duochromatic shimmer. I really like the way this looks right now. I do think that it was definitely way more dry coming off the stick than I expected it to be, but not necessarily in a bad way. I just was like, I had this idea in my head of it being really creamy and it's not. It's almost like a cream to powder. Like this doesn't feel creamy or sticky or wet on my skin at all. It really settled down very quickly. But of all the products that I've tried so far, like this is the one that I like the way it looks the best. I really like the way Trophy Wife looked as well, but I think that I like this better. Like that's pretty, but this is more nude-ish. Next, I'm going to try the Gloss Bomb. I already opened the Unicarton because I'm a little bit impatient, but this is what the inside packaging looks like. Again, very sleek, very simple, really pretty. I am noticing right away that I'm getting fingerprints all over the cap, but that is just to be expected with any sort of a metallic component. And I did pop off camera and line my lips before I apply this because I would never wear a gloss without a lip liner underneath it, because when I do, my lips just disappear into my face and then I don't like the way it looks. So to give this a fighting chance, I'm going to wear it the way I prefer to wear lip gloss in general. So that's what we're doing. The wand is a bit of a fatty. It smells like Starburst. I think that's what it smells like. It smells like some kind of nostalgic type of candy. It smells nice though, and it's not overwhelming. This is a very interesting formula because it is super duper shiny, a la like a MAC lip gloss or something, but it has much more of a lip balm sort of a feel to it, which is really interesting. I would not expect that to come out of this lip gloss whatsoever, but I quite like it. Ooh, I just realized what it smells like. It is not Starburst, it is cherry jello. It smells exactly like cherry jello, but not when you're eating it, when you're still boiling it in the pot, like homemade ass old school 1990s from a box for 59 cents cherry jello, which is perfectly fine with me because I always loved cherry jello. I used to live on sugar-free cherry jello when I was in college, like literally every day I ate that shit. Anyway, the gloss is beautiful. It's much more comfortable than I was expecting it to be. I don't really feel like I need to do like a super in-depth review because it's a fucking lip gloss. Like, I like it. It's definitely gonna be a go-to lip gloss for me, but it's not, as I fling it across the room, it's not like anything groundbreaking or amazing. It is just a really nice gloss. My lips look super full and plump and smooth. I like the smoothness that it's bringing to the situation. It is bringing a lot of plump feelings to the table and I am enjoying it. Is it groundbreaking? Do I need to wear it all day and let you guys know what you think? No, probably not, but it is nice and balmy, so if you don't like a sticky gloss but you like something shiny, then you might want to pick this shit up because you are going to enjoy it. Okay, so now that we've tried those two products for the first time on camera, I like the highlight a lot. It wasn't necessarily what I was expecting, but I do like it. I like the gloss a lot. It's not groundbreaking, but again, I totally like it. So now we've come to the time where I'm going to insert some check-ins from days that I have worn the foundation throughout the last week or so. So I would like check in when I first applied it, tell you what base I'm wearing underneath it, and then come back a couple hours later, let you know how long I wore it, how it looked, etc, etc. So stay tuned for that, and then at the end I will do like a full recap and let you know what I think of everything. Okay, here's how the Fenty foundation looks in natural light. Honestly, I think it is really beautiful. This camera usually makes me look terrible and I feel like I look like pretty fucking good right now on screen. It is now, I think, slightly after 4 o'clock. Let's go in the kitchen and find out what time it actually is because I can't check on my phone that I'm filming on and also film at the same time. Okay, it is 4:29 p.m. I'm gonna go get dressed and go out to dinner with my in-laws, do my hair, change my lipstick, and then I'll check in with you guys tonight and let you guys how it wore. So, and to be clear, for this first day of the wear test, we are using it with the Fenty primer. So I will check back in with you guys in a few hours and show you what it looks like. Okay, we just got home from dinner and it is 8:30 right now. Home super early tonight, which thank God, because a bitch has shit to do. But so far it's held up beautifully in the sense that nothing has broken up. It hasn't really separated at all or anything like that. The highlight is still looking really good, but it definitely looks really dewy now, which personally I like. I like having like a dewy finish to my skin. I actually prefer it to a matte finish. So that doesn't bother me. But if you are somebody who likes your foundation to stay matte all day, I'm not terribly oily. I'm not a very oily person. Like, I get oil through my T-zone, but my entire face doesn't get oily. And if you look, really like every part of my face is dewy right now. So I would say that this definitely does like let any oil that you have come through. Is not going to work very well if you have super oily skin, I think. Get really up close and personal for you guys so you can really see, but like you can see it's not breaking up at all. It's still sitting really nicely, but it definitely has a bit of a dewy finish. So when I came home from dinner, the other stuff that I ordered was finally here. So good news, it did not get lost. I do have it now. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to use it in the morning. I have to go out shopping tomorrow for stuff to wear to Lake Tahoe with Benefit next week. So I am going to put it on before I leave in the morning, and I'm going to do it with my regular primer. Currently, I've been using the Smashbox Primerizer on most of my face and then doing the Milk Cosmetics Blur Stick through my T-zone and the center here. So I'm going to do that underneath it tomorrow, and I will check in with you then and let you know how it sits over that and then how it wears on top of that primer combination as well. It's only been 4.5 hours, but I need to wash my face. We will do a longer wear test tomorrow. Okay guys, it is Wednesday morning now. I just applied the Fenty foundation for the second time. I'm also wearing the other lighter shade of highlight that I bought. I figured there's no point in doing like another first impression on the highlight powder because it's the same formula essentially, it's just different colors. So the one I'm wearing today is the Lightning Dust Fire Crystal one. I did Lightning Dust, which is like the less glittery, more subtle one, and then I put Fire Crystal over the top. Fire Crystal is super glittery, just like Trophy Wife, but it's definitely more subtle because it's lighter shades. So I'm going to wear this for the rest of the day now. It's about 11 o'clock. I have to go shopping to get shoes to wear with a dress that I got for an event next week, and I need to run a few other errands. I gotta stop by the tattoo shop and make a deposit because I'm going back next week for some work. Very exciting. And yeah, so I'm gonna go run those errands. I will check in with you guys throughout the day, let you know how it wears. I paired it today with my Milk Makeup Blur Stick in the center of my face around my T-zone, as well as the Smashbox Primerizer. I really like the way it's sitting over it so far. Like, I really like the way my makeup looks today. My hair, not so much, gotta go style that. But as far as the foundation is concerned, so far I am very impressed. It is 9:30 p.m. My hair looks weird. I don't know how this dent happened, but it needs to be fixed. So looking in the mirror under these like really bright lights, the foundation obviously has come off on my nose where my glasses are, but that's every foundation. Like, if anybody ever figures out how to get that to not happen, they deserve a Nobel Prize. But overall, nothing is breaking up, nothing is coming off, and I still have good coverage, but it is very dewy and shiny looking over my entire face. And I don't normally have that issue except for on my nose and like right here a little bit. So I have a funny feeling if you have oily skin that this is gonna get like extremely shiny. Yeah, like if I still needed to go out somewhere, I could totally get away with looking like this. It doesn't look bad, it doesn't look a mess, it just looks shiny. I may be missing some like right here on my nose, but probably my fault because I'm like constantly itching the end of my nose for some reason. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but hopefully you can ignore. But yeah, I have a habit of like scratching my nose, so I think that's why I'm missing a little bit of foundation there. But otherwise, I think this held up well, and it held up pretty much exactly as well with this combination of primers that I'm wearing now as it did with the primers that came with the Fenty Beauty stuff. So
I would say that maybe the primer doesn't make a huge difference. If there's a primer that gives you more wear time and like maybe mattifies you a little bit better, that might help with the shininess. I think maybe tomorrow I'll wear it again and I will use it with the mattifying one from Makeup Forever that's like super duper mattifying, and let you guys know how that goes, because I feel like that could be really helpful with this. But so far I really like it, and I'll probably be wearing it on a regular basis. It's just worth noting that it's definitely a little dewy. I look a little dewy.
Okay, so to recap a little bit, after wearing the foundation a few times, it's very pretty on the skin initially when you first apply it, but I did find that if you try to layer it up and get more coverage out of it, it does build, you do get more coverage, but it did start to look a little heavy when I added more. So personally, I would only wear this like with a light hand and then like assume that I'm gonna get medium coverage out of it. I would not try to build it up for a higher coverage. A lot of people were not happy with the fact that they even kind of said in their advertising that this foundation oxidizes. I was actually hoping that this foundation would oxidize because the color wasn't a good match for me initially. As the week went on, I just let my fake tan fade away, and so now I'm like super pale again, and now it matches me perfectly. But the other day when I had tanner on still, it didn't oxidize much, because by the end of the day I could still tell that it was lighter than my natural skin tone, and the only reason that it looked decent was because I had bronzed up my face with my Urban Decay bronzer. There might be a small amount of oxidization, but I would say that it ain't really all that serious. My experience is that it didn't really, if it oxidized, it was very, very minimal. I wish that it actually oxidized a little bit more so that it had matched me throughout the week, but I will just hold on to this now for like the next few weeks until like I'm done tanning myself for the year, and then like it can be my winter foundation. If I do want to wear it when I'm more tan, I will definitely go up to the next neutral shade. The Killawatt highlighters, which are the powder ones, I used the color Trophy Wife, and you guys will have seen in those check-ins. I also wore one of the duos. This is the one that contains Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. The more intense one of the two in the duo is still like kind of glittery and like a very intense highlighter, but if you do want like a less intense highlight, each one does have a less intense shade in it, which I think is like kind of a brilliant idea for them, because it gives a little bit of versatility to the product that you're buying. It appeals to more people. It appeals to more people like to do different looks with. It would be great to travel with because it gives you options in one compact. I really like that. I think the highlighters are a tremendously pretty formula. Trophy Wife is like super glittery and it's like way over the top, but I do like it, and I actually used it in a look that I'll be posting on Instagram shortly, or may have already posted by the time you see this, I'm not sure yet. But I used it as an eyeshadow like on the center of my lids as well, and over a lipstick, and it looked stunning and it photographed insanely beautifully. So I'm very, very happy with it, even though it might not be something I wear as a highlighter super often. Getting back to the foundation for a second, my favorite combination was when I wore it with the Smashbox Primerizer all over my entire face, and I patted a little bit of the Makeup Forever Step 1 mattifying through my T-zone. I felt that it held up the best with that combination. I'm not sure if I filmed any check-ins on the day that I wore it with that. It wore very similarly, except that it was a little bit less shiny through the T-zone. So if I didn't get any footage of that, which I don't remember if I did off the top of my head, it wasn't super different, but that was the best way that it wore for me. But it kind of looked like it was oily all over my entire face by the end of the day, no matter what primer I wore it with. So if the little amount of oil, like, and I mean minimal, like the tiny amount of oil that I have like on the perimeter of my face is coming through and showing, it's going to come through and show on oilier people probably pretty quickly. That being said, the foundation did not break up throughout the day. Like, it didn't chunk up and look gross and like cake up around my nose. It didn't move, and it was still weirdly pretty transfer proof, which is shocking considering that it looked a little bit dewy, but it definitely did glow and get like a little bit of a natural dew happening. So if you are not into that and you want your foundation to stay matte and flat and bing bang boom through the entire day, I don't think that's going to happen for you. I have had it on with this stick highlight for a couple of hours now. I took a break while I was filming, I went and ate and stuff like that. It does not seem to be breaking down. It doesn't seem to be moving. It's not creasing on my eyes. I'm really, really happy with the formulation of the matchstick highlighters. I didn't try any of the contour sticks or like the more blush tone sticks, but I definitely would probably go back and try some in the future because I like the fact that it's a cream, but it's very dry-ish for a cream stick and like kind of goes down into like powder mode. So while it's not exactly what I was expecting, because people were saying that it's like bam glittery, and after seeing how glittery the powders were, I was like, oh shit, that's gonna be really glittery. It's not. It's just, it's very shimmery, very duochromatic. It's beautiful, but I wouldn't call it a glitter finish. Yeah, I think overall it was an incredible first launch. Like, for a company to come out right off the bat and nail so many things, like, it's very, very commendable. I think they did a great job. I hope they come out with an extensive expansion for holiday, because I will be all over that shit. I really, really enjoyed like the creativeness and innovation that seemed to go into this launch. Like, it really reflects who Rihanna is as an artist, and I appreciate that. In conclusion, I would say that, like, I don't think any single one of these things is like you can't live without it status, but I don't think there's a single thing that you're gonna pick up and not enjoy. You know what I mean? Everything is a solid buy, so if you see something and you like the way it looks, I think you'll be very happy with it. That, my friends, is all for today. I am going to go probably put some like kind of crazy glittery lip and like glue some jewels to myself to make this like a cool look for Instagram. So if you want to check that out, please don't forget to go follow me on Instagram as well, because you don't want to miss the fun stuff. I'm going to link all of my social down in the description box below, and I'll also list it here on the screen, so go follow me over there. Don't miss out. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, because that's the best way for you to see my videos. Obviously, like, pretty self-explanatory why that would be a good thing to do if you enjoyed this. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, because that tremendously helps me out. It helps more people see my videos. It helps me know that you guys are liking the content that I'm making. Generally, it's just very, very helpful, and I would really appreciate it. I do want to mention before we go, if you guys watch regularly, I might not be uploading on my regular schedule for the next weekend or so, because I am going to be in Lake Tahoe with Benefit Cosmetics, taking part in their brow boot camp for a week next week. So it's going to be very difficult to film. I'm going to try to vlog while I'm there if I can. I'm not sure what the rules are going to be as far as like what content we're allowed to put out. If we could put out content of it before they do, like that kind of a thing, I have no idea. I have no idea how that's going to work out. So if I can, I will have a vlog of that up next week. If not, then I'll have something else, but I might just be a little bit behind on my usual uploading schedule because girls out there making some moves. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you picked up anything in the Fenty Beauty launch and you absolutely love it and you think that I should try it as well, let me know in a comment, because I would love to pick that shit up and try it on my face. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.